Please subscribe. It became publicly unveiled at the L.A. Auto Show back in November, and it's going to have its first race on the 24 Hours of Daytona. The latter starts evolved on January 28. Because of this that we're a weekend far away from seeing the closely changed 911 race in the GTE Magnificence. Porsche's entry could be in the GTE Seasoned, that's reserved for expert racing drivers, but the car may be suited to race in the GTE Am Elegance starting the 2018 season. The latter category is reserved for manufacturing facility teams with gents drivers, which do now not have the level of motorsport experience obligatory for the top echelons, however may be helped by using a gold or platinum rated racer. With that in thoughts, you do now not have to be a Porsche expert to observe that the 911 RSR has a specific role of its engine. Instead of placing the boxer unit behind the rear axle, and the transmission in front of it, the gearbox sits in the back of the engine. The transfer is not sufficient to trade the car to a mid-engine configuration, however its father nearest the 911 has gone in that route, no longer taking into account the 911 GT1. Their policies mandate that lonked, Le Mans Grand visiting persistence vehicles, that is where the 911 RSR suits in, must be based totally on a manufacturing street vehicle that has seen at least 100 examples built. If the automaker that sells its car considered a small producer, it needs to make and promote just 25 for the road, but that isn't always the case with Porsche. If a carbon fiber chassis is followed, the guidelines result in growing the production variety to 300 units, which isn't the case for the 911 RSR. Up to now, so suitable, proper? No longer precisely. The regulations also compel automakers to preserve the engine's authentic region, orientation, and role. Converting that single detail is authorized if an automaker has built at least 2,500 devices in a consecutive 12-month period. The described devices must be to be had on the market within the emblem's dealer community, and should be street present to ensure the race car is eligible to compete. With that during thoughts, the possibilities of Porsche supplying a seat 911 RSR as a restrained edition version have significantly multiplied. The most effective exception might be soliciting for a waiver from the FIA to permit the 911 RSR to race, but there's no statistics regarding a formal request from Porsche on that be counted. Please subscribe.